Hello, it's Alex. If you don't know of me, I do analysis of games. This is my new channel, and today I will be doing a little bit of analysis of Space Marine. And this game is obviously based around the popular board strategy game Warhammer. So let's begin. Okay. And as you can see, the main menu has a very brilliant looking picture of one of the Ultramarines. I'm sorry about the loading process, it takes forever. And then you have a quick layout. You either have campaign, Xbox Live, which is basically multiplayer. Options, I don't believe that's video options, gameplay options and audio options. And credits for people who don't want to play the game and simply want to go straight through and just look at whoever made the game. Okay, so let's start having a look at the campaign. I will select a mission because I have done some of the missions but not all of the missions. So let's start. During every single game you are placed with this unbelievably long... Oh, here we go. A cutscene. The grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Apparently. But I'm pretty sure they still have cups of tea. Okay, so they show that there is Xenos invasion detected. Apparently. On a planet that is apparently on fire. And stuff is exploding. And it is showing different pieces of machinery. And that is a Titan. That's pretty awesome. It says recommended course of action, throw shit at them. Apparently the computer is having an argument with another computer. Booyah! After what seems like an infinite cutscene, we are placed with what looks like flying garbage in space. I did say not to shovel those satellites up into space. And there comes what looks like... That's my house! That's my house. Okay. So then it says that the Tigonic period presents... Wow, they really don't catch up with this sort of shit, do they? Come on. Air Relic Entertainment Production. Dum dum dum! Who was expecting that? Look at all their explosions. Okay, now what seems to be an infinite cutscene, we hopefully finally take control of one of the Ultramarines. Oh no, it doesn't seem to be so, we're just looking at a very ugly guy.
Captain Titus, the Orcs have massacred the Forge World's forces, and they have taken the planetary defense weapons.
Clever as the damned Orcs. Keeps us off their backs while they loot the Titan war machine.
After 30 seconds, we can conclude that these three guys are obviously having some sort of homosexual marriage. After getting a very muffled communication from what seems to be the driver, saying that they have lost their internet connection so they can no longer go on iTunes and download Breaking Benjamin, they have to go down to the surface and find themselves a new Wi-Fi connection. They have to open the door in a dramatic fashion just to create suspense for people who happen to be watching. And I would have thought in war a door would have opened quicker than that.
We need to get to the surface to take out the gun battle.
But what he's really saying is we need to get to the surface so we can reboot, so we can get some iTunes stuff, and that's Breaking Benjamin's new album.
Is that wise, Captain?
Of course it's wise, we need that Breaking Benjamin.
Report this action.
After what seems like plain suicide, if anyone's actually familiar with Space Marines, they happen to weigh like a gazillion tons. As the Space Marine plummets to what seems like certain death, he noticed what looked like a giant piece of garbage. As the green bastards are firing shit at him, he is plummeting. Even though the orcs seem to be very unimpressive shots. And you land. Finally, you take control of the Spasmoin. You unfortunately drop your jetpack. Your targeting seems pretty limited, and then you have to take on the Gretchens. One headshot more or less deals with them, but there are many, so you have to wait for your bolters. And then you can slice them up with your knives. Your knives, you have to press X, and then Y if you wish to reboot your health, but that only works with big guys. These are little goblins from Lord of the Rings. You need to take on some pretty big stuff eventually, like these guys. See, look, Y, and then B. Then you do a really cool sync kill that increases your health, but not your shields. Your shields increase over time, as long as you're not in combat. I am unfortunately only placed with a bolt gun, which is okay, because I'm only facing what looks like 3 main orcs at the moment. Eventually you'll be facing continuous orc battalions, and you'll have to use something a little bit more impressive. Yes, you can roll. Roll is A. Even though if you were rolling at this, you'd be flopping around like a freaking goldfish. And yes, you can run, which is good, because usually you think that someone is as fast as the personal sponsor of Burger King. They can in fact run. You can blow up stuff that helps you destroy things quicker than actually shooting at them. Personally, I enjoy shooting at things. But, you know, there were all those orcs and then something had to intervene. You know, I hate it when that happens. I actually thought like I could take those guys on. Evidently the game thought otherwise. And another ultimated kill where I pull this knife out this guy's head. Then you get a nice selection of weapons, ranging from a power axe to something called a power knife dagger sword. And then of course it comes up with a stupid targeting thing, but I think I can take this guy on. Come on, you son of a douche. There you go, look, he's down, and now me blowing this up has absolutely no effect. Well, of course, apart from opening this gateway. There are many checkpoints that you have to go through, and the missions are long and tedious. Not so tedious, but also long. That's not the only thing. Bozunga! But, yes, you have to go through like what seems like an infinite tutorial level, where it basically introduces you to the enemies, and also how to fire your guns. I know that if anyone's familiar with my old channel, they will be asking exactly the same question as I am. Where is Master Chief? Unfortunately, it's not here, and once again, we are pushed into which will inevitably be an infinite cutscene. But not to be so. It's obvious that we have to take out that giant penis turret. So while my head is on fire, I will now go and take out the penis turret. LOL. Of course, like the cockadoodies, it awares you of when there is a grenade being thrown towards your face, which is useful in certain circumstances. But in otherwise it is completely pointless and has absolutely no use. If there's a grenade flying towards your head, especially if it's thrown by an orc, you usually have no opportunity to get away from it anyway. So you might as well just get blown up by it. I'm pretty sure there are a couple of hundred people who play orcs in the real Warhammer game that would agree with me. Oh look, something else I can blow up. Bang! Boom, boom. What a waste. I could have killed all those guys. I got myself some lovely achievements. If you play the multiplayer firefight, you will hear the orcs war cry constantly, and if your parents come in and think that there's something weird going on, then you'll just have to explain that orcs are having some sort of weird thing going on. And once again, you're going to have to watch a boring short cutscene where this guy pushes his turret along. Somehow this guy has the strength of 25 billion men. Of course, the orc commander shoots himself while you are blowing up the bridge of the ship, and it starts to plummet. Obviously, after he has pooped in his pants and then changed them, he looks around to see what's about to go on. Now, see, a real human wouldn't even be able to survive this. that apparently Space Marines have to... Oh my god, that is so copywriting what happens in the Force Unleashed. Hey, you just see a little Jedi go, "Wah! Stop it!" And crashing the Gundam. The ship has landed. Thank you for flying with air. Wow, we know you had absolutely no choice. And at the end, you see some very badly animated pieces of wall, and inevitably, after playing what seems like 20 minutes of gameplay, the hero of the game is not in fact dead, even though he probably survived what would have been a nuclear explosion. And he looks absolutely fine, no scratches or nothing. And there is the title. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in us continuing the Space Marine game walkthrough, please send us a message at our email, mango666@hotmail.co.uk, or leave a comment on our channel, which may be a question or just simply what you want us to do. Also, please listen to what I have to say. I have been suggested to read out a piece of the local news, just in case people live in the outback or whatever. So I shall read out a piece of news. Recently, in the Atlantic somewhere where there are fishies, a captain tried to do a handbrake turn in what would only be assumed to be one hell of a big speedboat, and flipped it over, and many people got exploded, which I am sorry. Peace be with you. But yeah, so the world isn't completely rid of the twats. To conclude this episode of Space Marine Walkthrough, if you want us to continue, please send us a message. Until the next time.